Hey, what's up guys? No Talent Gamer here with another movie review. This one here is for Alien Romulus. I saw this movie Thursday night, and it is directed and written by Fede Alvarez. Fede Alvarez is also the director, and I'm pretty sure he wrote as well. What was it? My gosh, I'm pulling a blank here. Hold on a second. I apologize. Yeah, Don't Breathe, and he did do the Evil Dead remake or reboot that they did in 2013, which is actually pretty good. I didn't see Don't Breathe 2, but I did see the original Don't Breathe, and if you haven't seen that movie, you should go check that one out. That one is really, really good. But all of those were written and directed by Fede Alvarez. And this here, Alien Romulus, takes place between the first two Alien movies, Alien and Aliens. So without giving any spoilers away, essentially a group of kids, I guess you can call them kids, teenagers, that are stuck on this planet, and they have to make essentially a production value or work certain hours to get off this planet has like no sunlight, it's always dark, and basically just not a very good place to be. So they hear about a space station that is up in the air, just floating around. So they decide basically to go to the space station so they can get pod beds, essentially, so they can travel light years away to get to this other planet. So they're trying to get off of this other crappy one that they're on now. So it's basically just a group of kids like that. And that's pretty much the story. And then crazy stuff happens. They're not alone up on the space station, which is called Romulus and Remus. And yeah, so if you've seen the first two Alien movies, yeah, I think you're good. It ties in all kinds of stuff from the first two. I don't really remember the other ones that well. I don't really remember them that well. I know the Aliens third one and Alien Resurrection, and I can't remember the other one that came out not too long ago. But yeah, I think as long as you've seen like the first two Alien movies, I think you're pretty good. You can still see it either way, but you'll pick up on more stuff if you've seen those two, because it definitely has some callbacks in there, and I won't spoil that for anybody if you do go see it. But let's talk about who it stars. It stars Kaylee Spaney, David Johnson, and Archie Renault. Kaylee Spaney plays the main character. Her name was Rain, and her brother is David Johnson, and he plays Andy. But yeah, so they basically, have their little storyline together, whatever. And then there's a ragtag kind of group that go up with them to get to the space station so they can get the sleeping pods organized. And the one thing that I didn't like was, like, one of the characters, he's just too, there's like no good qualities about him. Like, he's just, not a good dude, like constantly throughout, even though when he has plenty of opportunities to do good, like he never does good in anything, which I don't really like that. I don't think that was a good direction. I think he can have at least, maybe one shining moment where he does something positive, but no, he's just not a good dude almost the entire time. But yeah, I kind of wish there were more people involved. That way they could have more fodder, essentially, for the aliens to kill and stuff like that. Because this is a horror movie for sure, definitely a horror movie, which was what I like, because the first two Alien movies are definitely more horror movies than anything. But yeah, so I think they did a good job with the horror element. Like I said, the director Fede Alvarez did the Don't Breathe, and those movies are really good too. And it almost kind of, I heard another person said this, another person reviewing, said that it's kind of like Don't Breathe, but like in space. So that was, a unique idea. I'm like, yeah, that's pretty cool. And I think it does do some things in there where it raises it up. Just a few ideas that they have that are new and stuff like that. It does a very good job of doing like practical effects over CGI. Obviously there's CGI for the space stations and stuff like that, but practical effects and stuff I thought were really, really good. The technology that they use, like the computers and stuff on the space station, are like something you would see. They like very reminiscent of the first Alien movie, you know, early 80s and stuff like that, and just how the machinery and equipment on the space station would looks exactly the same like it would back in the 80s and their idea of futuristic space equipment and stuff like that. So I think they did a really good job like there. Sound design was really, really good, except for there is a beginning part where the dialogue, and this kind of knocked some points off for me. The dialogue is, I don't know if it was just the theater I was in or whatever, but you couldn't hardly understand what the person was saying. Like there was like a muffled sound in the background, and then the voice was talking at the same time as the muffled background noise. And I literally had no idea what they say. Probably have to watch this movie again to understand, try and figure out what they were saying. But that goes away. That's just in the beginning, just in a couple scenes where you can't really understand what they're saying. And so that kind of knocked it down for me a little bit. But as far as, you know, they got some good, cool, original ideas. The only thing that I didn't like, well, there's a couple lines that they use from the other movies that I don't think landed very well, or to me, I didn't like the way they landed. But other than that, it's definitely a good movie to go check out for sure. Very intense. The face huggers, they're very cool in this movie. Very intense movie, you know, definitely great horror elements, which is awesome. And then the ending, they kind of do something, they kind of took a leap, doing like their own thing. And that's going to make or break it for a lot of people, I think, on this movie. It might make a lot of people angry. For me, I was just kind of like, I like that they tried to do something, you know, new and original. I like that. I don't know, just didn't work for me, but that doesn't take anything away from the movie. I still think it was phenomenal. But yeah, I think that's about it. Yeah. So other than that, I would definitely give this movie an 8 out of 10. It's definitely worth to go see for sure, especially if you liked the Alien franchise in general, or especially like the first 2 Alien movies, because it's more like in line with those. So yeah, definitely go check it out. 8 out of 10. Go check it out on the IMAX if you want, and just let me know down in the comments below if you had problems understanding what they were saying. I don't know if it was just me, but in the theater, like I said, in the beginning of the movie, it just had some muffled noise in the background. And I couldn't really hear what the actors were saying. So yeah, we'll leave it at that. Thank you guys for watching. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe down below. Till then, catch you guys on the next one. Have a good one. Thanks for watching.